It's always time to be kind to one another. Hello everyone, welcome to AvgJoeWatchReviews, where we do more than just reviews. If this is your first time on the channel, I want to welcome you to AvgJoeWatchReviews, and if you like the content that you see today, please do me a huge favor and ever so gently click that like button. That is the best way to show your appreciation and the most charitable way to help support the channel. So today we're looking at the long-term review of the Bulova Precisionist. This is a watch that I've owned for a couple years now, and it just doesn't get the wrist time that it deserves, simply because it's a heavy watch and it's also very large for my 7-inch wrist. So I decided to make a trade with Steve from the Watch Corner. You can check out his channel. I'm going to put it in the description down below. He traded me the Bulova Accutron Space View from 1962. Love this watch. This watch is going absolutely nowhere. This is going to stay in my collection probably for the rest of my life. This is definitely a special watch and a watch that I've always wanted. So with no further ado, let's just dive right on into the review of the Bulova Precisionist. First and foremost, you'll see that it has a sweeping second hand. Automatically, you would assume that this is indeed an automatic, but yet this is actually one of the few quartz automatics. I'm sorry, one of the few quartz pieces that have a smooth sweep second hand. And the whole Precisionist line of Bulova features this smooth sweep. And if I compare this smooth sweep with an automatic Omega Seamaster, you'll notice that the sweep of the Bulova is actually much smoother than the automatic Omega. Really cool technology in this watch. As you can see, this dial is multi-dimensional, and it actually features genuine carbon fiber dial. And it also has a lot of depth in regards to the applied indices. And look at the metalwork on this chapter ring there. It's got a tachymeter on the outer chapter ring there. Okay, it's got 4 subdials. And these two, you can definitely see that the outer dial is applied. There are screws that actually have it looks like it houses the metal chapter ring. It's a really nice looking blue, I don't know what you would call it, but it just adds a lot of dimension to this dial. And even the applied indices also have lume on them, and I'll actually give you a lume shot as well to show you. The lume doesn't last as long as I'd like it to last. I don't know, it's pretty much what you would expect from Bulova, but really the reason why you get this watch is the technology behind it. It's such a cool looking piece. It's a monstrous piece though, and we're actually going to take some measurements for you in a moment. You could see the Precisionist logo as the counterbalance on the second hand, which is actually yellow, and the sub second hand, well, should I say this is actually the 1/1000th chronograph sub second hand. I guess you probably wouldn't call it a sub second hand, but for the use of this video, I'm going to do that. That is yellow, and so is the 10th of a second. And to activate that, we actually press this button on the 7 o'clock position, and to start the chronograph, you'll notice that there's actually 2 hands in that subdial there. And that is going to be keeping track, as you can see. Check this out. Tenths, hundredths, 1/1000th. And each time I stop it, watch this retrograde. Really cool. And what happens is, to conserve battery, once this second hand reaches the 30 mark, these two hands will stop moving, but it will be counting internally. It's 30 seconds from the last time I pressed it. So now that it's stopped, it will activate again. So it'll give me another 30 seconds once I do that. So if I stop it, then it will do 30 seconds from here, and so on. To reset it, then we reset it with the bottom pusher here at the 4 o'clock position, and it'll sweep all the way to 12 o'clock. And then to get the second hand to start, because right now it's still internally timing, you press that button and then you're back to your regular time. This watch is actually accurate to plus minus 10 seconds, not per week, not per month, per year, which makes this one of the most accurate watches that you can buy. So you're not only getting the smooth second hand, you're also getting extreme accuracy. The only other watch that I can think of that would keep even more accurate time would be an atomic clock, but that's kind of cheating because they're getting a signal that automatically resets your clock every, I don't know, couple hours, every 24 hours, depending on the watch. This one's actually doing it in the inner mechanism of this watch. So let me just give you a little wrist roll. Very chunky bracelet, safety clasp, dual push button, deploy it. Here's another disappointment right here. It's got the press clasp. These aren't cheap watches, but this is solid. I mean, these are solid links, solid end links. Very chunky, very heavy. And I used to have it on this NATO, which actually helped with the girth of this watch. It helped with the weight of the watch. And what we'll do is we'll actually take some measurements for you, and we'll also give you a weight. All right, let's get some measurements on this guy. So we're looking at without, I'm trying to do this without any of the pushers. Looking at a 46 millimeter. With the crown guard out there, it's going to be a 48. Basically, that is to the crown as well. Well, to the crown it's 49. So the crown comes out just a little bit. When we look at the lug to lug, we're looking at a 55 millimeter. Case thickness is at a 17 millimeter. We can see the way that the bracelet will sit. It does not protrude. There's not really much in regards to lug, but it is such a huge, hefty watch. But you don't have to worry about the bracelet sticking out too much. So you're getting a true lug-to-lug measurement there. But yeah, guys, you need a big wrist for this. I mean, I have a 7-inch wrist, and this thing just looks ridiculous. Okay, I just don't wear watches this size anymore. You know, as I said, it's a huge watch, and compared even to the 42 millimeter Omega, which honestly, I mean, I don't really go too much further than this. I mean, 43 is probably the most I'll go comfortably. So this one definitely, I mean, even thickness, guys. I mean, look at the thickness comparison. I mean, there's, yeah, it's just not happening for me anymore. So if this was a smaller watch, because I do like this dial. I think it's really done nicely. It's almost like a piece of artwork. It is a little bit busier than I like, but
I do appreciate how much work that goes into this dial and how deep it is. So if it was a smaller watch, I think I would definitely be a keeper of it. So the watch weighs in at 8.6 ounces, and that measures to 242 grams. So this is a beast of a watch.
Well, there you go, guys, the long-term review of the Bulova Precisionist. I would love to hear from you guys down below what you guys think of the watch. Do you like it? Do you not like it? What do you like about it? What don't you like about it? I would love to hear from you guys down below, so please, please, please don't hesitate to comment. And I have to admit that the technology in this watch is impressive. Accurate up to 10 seconds per year is absolutely incredible. Definitely one of the most accurate watches in the entire world, coming from Bulova at a great price tag. So for me personally, if the watch was smaller, I mean, even if it was up to 43 millimeter, I would be okay with it. And also if you made it a little bit thinner at around 14, 13 millimeters, that would have been fine. And maybe it would have been a keeper in my collection. But this watch, I hope that Steve continues to enjoy this watch. God bless my friend. Enjoy it for the rest of your life. And I want you guys to remember one thing, that there's always time to be kind to one another. Please take care of each other, and I'll see you guys next time on AvgJoeWatchReviews. God bless, my friends.